Today, I'm going to show you a tool that does everything for you. You literally type what you want and it automatically generates the video for you. And what if I told you that you can create a fully animated video without doing anything? Well, okay, you will have to write at least something, haha, with a script, with characters, with voices, with lip syncing. And yes, this exists and we're on Anijam. And in this video, I'm going to show you from scratch exactly how it works because right now it's available for free. Oh, and by the way, you can also use it on your phone. So here in Anijam, the way you would do things, for example, is type out exactly what you want it to animate. Whether it's a story you have or you want it to discuss a specific subject. In my case, I'm going to ask it to talk to us about Area 51. Just something short. And before I forget, I want you to know that you'll find it right down below in the description. Specifically personalized just for you, okay? Loyal friend. Alright, the video about Area 51 is ready, so let's see the result. Well, here we have our character with the result about Area 51. We're recording it. You already know that in the mysterious Area 51, they've always said there are extraterrestrial beings. And that they store, well, did you see that light? That they store, well, alien technology and all that kind of advanced equipment, right? Wow, that's trippy, huh? Wow, classified documents from 1997. But what do you think if we do it step by step, you and I together, so you don't get lost and you learn from this video how it's done? For example, in this case, let's do, I want an animated video about a robot that learns to paint and discovers it has the soul of an artist. That's all. You see that I'm not using a complex prompt or anything, just this. Alright, and here the panel opens up for you. A very interesting and detailed panel. Where right here, we are going to be making the key decisions about exactly how we want the video to look. We're talking about formats, we're talking about image quality, about how we want it, you'll see in a moment. And on the central screen, you would be seeing the super agent that's creating the video for us. We would see which section it's on, how it's doing, if you want to customize it, and the different options we want to choose for it. For example, what about the audience for this? Well, let's make it suitable for all ages. The platform, YouTube in this case. The quality, the aspect ratio, we also want it in YouTube format so everyone can watch it, but we could make it in short format, which would be exactly the opposite, okay? And the platform would be shorts. Here, you can choose whether it's just music. If there's an awesome dialogue, we're going to select voiceover. A duration of about 2 minutes seems more than enough for this particular story. We could easily make it much longer or even shorter, whether it's just 1 minute or perhaps 5 or 10 minutes, really whatever we want. Alright, so once everything is finally confirmed, our agent starts the process of creating the entire video based on our specific requirements for the video and the unique story we want to tell. Okay, and now we have the outline. What does that mean? Well, it's the narrative script and we've only given it one sentence. It has generated a complete and detailed concept for this 2-minute video by itself, which we could adjust, refine, and customize, right? In this case, we have Pixel, who is a silver robot with blue LED eyes, and the Master, an experienced elderly painter with a long white beard. Then we have the white objective, which is the magic brush, and then we have the 5 scenes that will all be put together later to make this video we're talking about, okay? So, let's work on the style design. I think for this specific design, something more like a hand-drawn style would be really interesting. Not something super realistic or cinematic 4K. So since we're going for a bit of a Pixar vibe, right? A stylized 3D look, I think. That's the exact one we're going to choose. I don't know if I'll regret it. We'll see at the end of the video. Let me add that while our agent is working for us, as you can see here in its workflow, there are also different things that we could add ourselves in the panel. For example, any image that we might want to either add or generate in case we want to create the robot ourselves in our own style. In the same way that we have in the video section, we have facial synchronization and we also have motion control at all times for what would be the camera diaphragm. Then we had characters that we could create infinitely. Also the voices, both generating our own voices and using voices that we already have here. Very easy. I mentioned this also for files that are not continuous with this project we're working on. If what we needed was an extra voice for whatever we wanted in a video, we could also use these styles. There are a ton. And we also have those from the community. These are really cool too. Also, it is very important to highlight in our generation process that we actually have 2 distinct modes. We have the workflow mode and the professional director mode. The director AI mode is to leave things more on automatic like we're doing right now, okay? It makes the majority of the decisions for us and we hardly need to adjust a single thing. which is the primary difference from workflow mode, where we could intervene if we truly wanted, to make the robot or the character do exactly what we want in the precise way we want, with the specific animation we want, with the exact sound we want, and so on and so forth. But let's start by making it easy. What do you think? So, as I mentioned, we're going to select the director mode, okay? We're not going to make it complicated, and we could do it either with Zdance or with Kling. In the previous video you made about Area 51, we did it with Zdance, okay? That's what you saw earlier. We're going to do this one with Kling, just so you can also see some of the differences. Obviously with Zdance 2.0. It's much more premium and looks significantly more polished, but you can't always fully maximize its potential in every individual story. Simply to add some variation to the video, since we've already started with Zdance, let's see how it goes now with Kling. And these people, of course, we could easily follow them and see exactly where they are and how they work on those specific sections. Within this entire workflow, we can, for example, clearly see the various places where these scenes are going to be completely recreated. We have the master and the pixel, which is our robot, and what would be in AI Director, which are the different video sections that will later be combined to create our story. Now it's time for the voice, because we'll have to generate it. So we confirm Juan's voice, who will be one of our characters. And as you can see here, the workflow is greatly improving what we had for the main scene, as well as for the industry workshop and the art gallery. Now we can see how all these sections are also directly animated. I see the part of the videos where we already have it being created, right? We're also the EFA face, our robot paints, which we are requesting. And now we are in the audio section, creating the narrative with the audio, right? To synchronize all those images with the video as well. Alright, we have also successfully generated the background music since we had already carefully selected the voiceover. And now, what remains for us to do is to assemble every single element together. The voice, the music, the unique characters we created, the detailed scenes, the videos, and the final assembly, which is exactly where we are heading right now. Okay, now let's go directly into the editor, They. This is where we have the true heart of the whole story, and where we have complete control to adjust whatever we might need. In this specific case, if we didn't want to change anything at all, we would simply export it in whatever high quality we wanted. I think this is more than enough for our current needs. And now, it's time to enjoy our creation. Let's go.
In a grey and cold factory lived a robot named Pixel. His days were all the same.
I want to remind you that all of this was created with just one line. Absolutely nothing else whatsoever. With just a single written line of, what did we say? A robot that was painting. Pixel followed the light.
The workshop of a veteran painter known as the Master.
Very realistic.
Without meaning to, his metal fingers gently brushed against a brush full of vibrant color.
Very strong with this kind of design. It looks cool, doesn't it?
Clumsily, Pixel dragged the brush across the canvas. A glowing red line, then orange. And something deep inside his circuits began to awaken.
Changed. Why is this story drawing me in? I can't stop watching this story.
A warm, glowing amber glow. Pixel painted away without stopping, with an energy no program had ever taught him. His teacher stood there watching him in silence, eyes full of wonder and a smile that said it all. Pixel's painting hung in the gallery. As he gazed at it alongside the teacher, a drop of paint slid down.
So in the end, Pixel's painting ended up there, huh?
Pixel had found what no manual could explain.
He had discovered the craft of drawing, or perhaps even that of undrawing.
In a cold grey factory lived.
And the truth is, everything you've just seen you can do right now from your mobile phone without downloading any app. You open your browser, go to Anijam and click on Get Started, and just like that, you create your account. You have exactly the same power as you do on a computer. Everything works just as well on your phone. You have the AI agent, which is the super powerful agent that provides support, full video generation, styles, everything. So if you want to have your first video ready and animated in less than 3 minutes, you know what to do. Just check the description below and try it out with your phone. And if you think about it, I truly believe that with this, we'll be able to replace a lot of other digital tools. Because thanks to Anijam, there are many different sectors that I think could greatly benefit from it. For example, if you have a channel or anything related to social media, Anijam helps you with video production without having to rely on any kind of team. It does everything for you. Similarly, looking at another scenario, if you have a second case, a small-scale local business, and you want to give it visibility and exposure with a short video, maybe an introduction to your business or your product. If you have an online product, now you can have it ready to go in just a few minutes, without the excessive costs like you had before. In much the same way, if you want to explain concepts that are significantly more complicated or complex in a visual way, or if, like me, you're someone who likes to explore AI, push its limits, and try out different tools until you find the most suitable one for your needs. And I think that with Anijam, we found a real gem. You can find the link right down here, and it's also in the comments. So this is the perfect opportunity for you to showcase your little projects. And be sure to let me know in the comments what you've created. For example, I really like the Area 51 one. In fact, we could even replicate this process and create a Shorts channel or a Reels channel or whatever, upload it, and start generating some revenue with these productions we're creating. With that said, I will say goodbye to you now. Endless possibilities. I'm Dota. Bye bye.